Well, I love this story. It's a love story. It's a true love story. It's a story of resilience and about showing up. It's a family. It's a beautiful film about family and about love and about community, and it's uplifting. And you're watching real people go through real life issues. And at the end, I was like, I just feel great. I feel inspired. I feel uplifted. I feel connected to all the people around me. So, yeah.
All the same things. And also, like, this kind of story, you couldn't write fictionally. Like, it has to be a true story to believe that Claire and Mike actually lived through all of the things that they lived through. And then on top of it, to be able to sing Neil Diamond songs as a part of the story, to tell the story through his music and get to know his music was amazing. Good, truly.
We're actors. Fake. This is all fake.
It's a weird thing, isn't it? Because, like, chemistry, when you think about it, you're like, you don't really know. Like, maybe it's things that you do, and then maybe it's something else that you don't do. It's just sort of an energy.
Yep. And I think we have a lot in common. And we're also, it was sort of, I think, the right role to the right people at the right time. It happened in our lives at a time that made it easy for us to connect and act. And I'm so thrilled to be opposite Kate in this film. And yeah.
Love this movie. Feel so lucky.
Sorry.
We're going right here.
Well, the script is exciting because it's music, drama, a little humor. But the most exciting thing about this script is Katie Hudson and Hugh Jackman and the auteur, Craig Brewer. I mean, he wrote, directed this. He knew every breath between every line. He was so visionary that it was just a joy to slip in. You know, I gotta tell you, I hated all the actors and their families. And none of them can act their way out of a paper bag.
You look cool, dude.
So what am I gonna do? I do my best. They did all right in the movie. It's just a story about dreamers and people who need second chances. And I really think, isn't that everybody? I've had so many second chances. Actually, each wife gave me a second chance and I blew it. So I did give up hope. But not as an actor or as a human being. Yeah, second chances, that's what the story's about. It's beautiful. It really explores and keeps alive.
Come back. Where'd you go? Together.
And you know what?
Come on in. Let her in.
The way the world is, the pandemic, you know what? We always need a story of hope to keep us alive. And this one is a perfect movie to release at Christmas.
And one more this way, please.
Oh my gosh. I think reading Greg so perfectly capture the passion and the heart of true musicians who love to connect with an audience through performing, and how that can bring a family through tragedy and loss, and always have love at the heart of it. Unreal. I mean, it makes a world of difference to have scene partners that are truly, truly present and are willing to throw away any ideas of themselves and to devote themselves to characters, and it inspired me to do the same thing every single day on set.
That's usually what
I think it's so important to tell the stories like Mike and Claire's, because these tip jar musicians don't get the props that they deserve a lot of the time. And in many Midwestern places, for working class people, these musicians are what keep them going. The power of music is a real one, and so I think it captures that truth that is going on in our world today.
Stay there, please.
It always keeps you on the edge, and just like how you just really feel connected to the character, even like through words. I just felt so connected towards all of the characters. It was just, it was something that I've never seen before. That was like really just amazing. And I feel like Hugh, Kate, and everybody involved in the project really just brought out the script. Like Craig's beautiful writing, and just really made it the best. It was so surreal, awesome, and just I just got so many like memories experiences. It was just literally just so awesome. Everybody was so nice. They just took me under their wing as like a relatively new person. They gave me a lot of advice and just really made me feel like family, like even even behind the scenes, which I'm sure you probably saw.
And this right, third right here.
It's important to like see the
John, one more.
you know, just like see the world for a different lens of people, and just really it's great to watch with the family because it just brings you closer. It just makes you feel closer than you've felt before, and they just do such a great job. It's really just a work of art. It's amazing.
It was just so much feeling in it, you know, like so many like peaks and valleys. I was like, this is going to be amazing, you know. I mean, I just love emotional scripts. It was kind of like a theater party, you know, which is not the norm because it's like stop, start. But it was just like a party a lot of times, you know. If it was not, you know, in front of the camera, we'd be in the green room. Somebody had a guitar. It was just great, a lot of fun. Because people oftentimes give up on their dreams. They don't even go for them. And like your dream is really everything you have. It's life, you know? It should be a reason to get out of bed. So this is a film about never giving up. And that's always a beautiful thing. Simply put, you know?
You know, it was reading the script and watching the documentary together. I did them like the same day. And I just thought it was a really beautiful love story. More than anything, that really came through, and
right here.
the characters were so real and honest and human. I thought it would just make a great movie, and it did. Beautiful, really good people. I met both Hugh and Kate in the past, not on a job, but I always thought they were wonderful, and working with them was a little bit, you know, icing on the cake. They're really just great human beings and great actors, and you know, they set the tone on set, and it was a very joyful experience, to be honest. Beautiful. I think to me it's about people defining themselves, even if it's through like an artist they admire, but it's like, you know, they believed in themselves and they just kind of defined who, I'm going to do this. And that's what I did. They were successful at it, and here we are celebrating them. You know, believing in yourself and in who you are, and can really, you know, there's no limit to that if you really have that.
I think what excited me most was that it had been living in me for so long. I fell in love with the documentary that Greg Coase had made. I'd been dreaming about it for a long time as I was listening to Neil Diamond's music. And I gotta be honest with you, usually it takes me like 3 months to write something, and this just kind of like just shot out of me after like about 4 weeks because I was just so passionate about it. And so grateful that they wanted me to do it, because it's rare to get a movie going this day that isn't necessarily like a superhero movie or some IP. Well, I would say the great thing about working with everybody is that they all loved the story. They wanted to commit themselves to the subjects and the people that were part of the movie. And we were all very united. You know, we had music playing every day on set. It was always just an absolute joy. But really there was a commitment, a real solid commitment to doing the best we could to tell this story. Because there's so many stories in the world that really are about people who feel that maybe they're forgotten, or maybe that their dreams have come to a place that they can't do it anymore. And I just don't think that that's true. I think you can restart at any time in your life. You can restart with your passion. You can restart with love. And I think the big message in the movie is hope. You know, that you can make missteps. You can try to be a better person, and you can move forward with some grace and love.
I had seen the documentary, and I thought the script was such a beautiful interpretation of the documentary, and it really was kind of a no-brainer when we read the script and we knew that Craig Brewer was attached, and from the very beginning, and you can ask the Johns. From the very beginning, we were on board. We thought the script was amazing. We actually were on board before we read the script because we had spoken to Craig and we knew the documentary, and we felt like it was a really good team and a really great concept to be able to do it. So So we signed off on it. Neil signed off on it to use all of his music, and then kind of took a step back. And then they presented the film for Neil to see, which was a really big deal because we hadn't really been a part of the process. So we were very nervous going into the first screening, and
right here, sir.
No, what if it's terrible? You know, like, oh, what have we done? And it was, we could not have been happier. Neil laughed, sang, cried. We went through the entire roller coaster of emotions when we saw the film for the first time. So it was fantastic. We were just we were so relieved too. Absolutely. And we didn't really know what to expect to see it in its final form, and it really is a celebration of his music, and we couldn't be happier with that. Absolutely. You know, everybody should never give up on their dreams, and you know, Claire and Mike were a testament to that, and I hope it gives people that kind of hope and motivation, and you know, even if they didn't make it be huge, but they dreamt huge, you know, and their lives were so full and so happy and so joyous. You don't need to be Neil Diamond to be fulfilled. You could just be, you know, living your dream, which they were. Wherever they were singing, they were living their dream, and I think that's a beautiful story. I love it. Yeah. Neil, I have Claire here. Neil.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. How are you? So great to see you. I love you. You are so fantastically wonderful. Your music is wonderful. It's just infectious. It's infectious. And I, myself, I love that photo of you and I together from years back in '08 when I met you. But I always look at my darned arm and I say, my arm is so big. But anyway, I have actually lost weight, and Katie noticed it too. So I'm thrilled about it.
You said you look beautiful. Come on down. Come down together. Just turn and look to your left while you're standing here.
Oh, I love you. Thank you.
Is this the camera, or which one is the camera?
That's the camera. We have Neil. We have Neil Diamond on the phone. Well, God bless you. Think about you every day, every day, every day. I turn on my Cartwright for you. Turn on my Cartwright.
Right here.
And one more lead.
And last one.
Yes. You're with us in the spirit. Yeah. You're here. You're here with us.
And maybe we'll come visit you in Colorado.
That's my daughter speaking, my lovely daughter.
This is Rachel.
I am just quivering here.
Thank you for
I'm holding on to this, but you know, I'm going like this.
And then we have someone. It's been my whole life. That's all I've ever known is Neil Diamond songs.
Okay.
Rachel's getting emotional.
It's amazing because without Neil, we wouldn't be here because Neil has been my entire life. Without Neil, I wouldn't have gone to college. I wouldn't have had braces on my teeth. I wouldn't have had food. This man's music brought everything to our lives. Thank you so much. I hope we can visit you soon, Neil.
Oh.
Okay, this way, please. Right here.
We will.
This way, right here. Okay.
Thank
left,
you.
Please. Leftmost, right here.
The way Craig Brewer used the music to tell the story of Lightning and Thunder, I thought he's always been such a great storyteller with music in his films, but I thought this was his sort of master stroke of storytelling utilizing music. Working with this cast and the crew on this film, it was a dream project. I'm a fan of everyone, all these actors I'm a fan of before I worked with. So to have the opportunity to work with like Michael Imperioli on a music film is magical and kind of a dream come true. I'm such a fan of his, and Hugh and Kate are just fantastic. So it's a dream project.
One more this way, right here.
All of us have dreams, all of us have aspirations, and hope is one of the most important things we have. So it's just, I think people can really relate to a story about hope. My collaboration on this film with Craig goes back a few years ago. We put together the sequence in the film where Hugh and Kate do Cherry Cherry and Play Me. We actually put that together about 2 or 3 years ago for Hugh to do a rehearsal too. So it goes back a few years. And then it was very close. I mean, we worked on it from the script level all the way through post-production and the final mix of the film. So it was really I collaborated with Craig from the beginning to the end on this one. When I was performing the score, when I was composing the score for the film, I drew a lot from elements of Neil Diamond's music, his use of the acoustic guitar, the use of strings and how strings are used in his songs really inspired my original score to the film.
Oh my gosh, it was the amazing part was like crying reading a script that doesn't happen. Like I literally, it's just having that like such an emotional experience by reading the script and having that. So I think, but also just knowing how much fun it was going to be able to get all these musical moments, on screen, because I knew it was a long journey, but I just knew it was going to be so much fun. So, absolutely amazing. I mean, you hear about certain actors and just being like the nicest humans. I mean, and Hugh is absolutely incredible. Kate is amazing. Like everyone was so kind. The whole crew was amazing, and Craig, just like the trust level and getting there together with music, and also just everyone's knowledge of music, knowing being able to really like bring all that together. It was an incredible experience. Well, I think hope is a really important thing, especially in the world today. And I think being able to tell that through character, like kind of everyman characters, and like it's really a story that everybody can connect to. It's not, some huge star, or, like big political figure or anything. It's just like it feels very down home in that way. So I think that's really important because you can see yourself in the characters. It is my second time collaborating with Craig Brewer. Just
had some display, please, right here.
Yeah, like I was saying before, like so much trust. He's so musical and such an amazing storyteller. So just all the way through, just an incredible experience. I'm trying to think about any like anecdotes or anything, but it's doesn't get better than working with Craig Brewer as far as filmmakers go. He was amazing.
So is this your first big film, or have you done other big films before?
I think that's what's interesting because you're in different eras. We're using the music that's mainly from from a different era than the film is. So it was really fun to be nostalgic for growing up in the '90s for me, but then also growing up listening to the music and being able to share that with like new audiences that may know a couple songs, but really getting to dive into the catalog and knowing seeing the breadth of work that Neil has, and then telling it in a very unique way as well. So, and what I loved about the script also was just like how the songs are weaved in to really connect to the story. So I think that's gonna really bring a new audience to the music for sure.
I call back.
That it's a true story, and that he overcame so much adversity and kept his family together. It's a true testament to sobriety. I love that aspect of it. Just the best experience, one of the best experiences I've ever had in 25 years of filmmaking. Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson were just absolute adorable and great and easy to work with and very collaborative. They just wore what I said. We had over 100 costume changes for 50 each, so it was pretty intense. We don't see enough of that. We don't see enough of like the good part of life, people overcoming adversity and hard times and sticking through and staying together. And then this wonderful talent that they discover that they never knew. You got Lightning and Thunder. Who knew that they could do cover songs and could become famous? And and play with Pearl Jam. My second time with Craig Brewer, and he is one of the best directors I've ever worked with. He is just, he's a very focused director, knows what he wants. We go in, we talk about the characters, and then he just lets you do your thing. And, there's never a hard time with him. He's the easiest, the best. Well, I had to lean into Neil Diamond and a lot for Hugh mostly, but
One more this way.
Thunder was a whole new character, and she was an addition to Neil, so I just sort of had to compliment her. Make her compliment Neil Diamond and Hugh, Mike, Sardina. And it was, it was hit and miss. There were different scenes, there were different things happen without giving too much of the story away. And so, once you see the film, you'll see the character arc where we had to change all her costumes and make her a very different person. So she starts out in the beginning as eye candy, and then she becomes something else. And I don't want to give too much away. So.